hair on my feet. Annabelle. Hello? I'm out. I swear. They couldn't catch me.
Hey everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Today we're going to plunge into some source material that really caught our attention. It's all about that famously unsettling doll, Annabelle.
That's right. And the source we're looking at, it's not exactly, a dry academic paper.
No, definitely not.
It seems to be from a video, one making a pretty dramatic claim about her.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our mission here is to really get into this source. Like, what's the big attention-grabbing claim it's making?
Yeah, and how does it use language? The tone, specific details.
Exactly, because the core topic presented here, it's kind of surprising, honestly.
Yeah.
It's the claim that the Annabelle doll is missing.
And what hits you right away is the tone. It's not just reporting something, it's delivering it with, major alarm.
Oh, yeah.
Using really vivid descriptions, over-the-top reactions, really emphasizing how huge this supposedly is.
Absolutely. The main message is just slammed down right at the start. Annabelle the doll is missing.
No subtlety there.
None. And then, just to make sure you get it spelled out, UAHEIS. Gone. Like full-blown crisis mode.
And they're careful to specify which Annabelle, They say it's the real-life one from the Warren Occult Museum.
Yeah, they really lean into her status, calling her the real deal, the OG of cursed objects.
Right.
And this one's my favorite from the source, giving her this very modern pop culture title, the Beyoncé of demonic vibes.
That phrase alone tells you so much, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's not aiming for, historical accuracy. It's going for engagement, blending spooky legend with internet humor.
Totally. And that tone is just crucial, super dramatic, almost performatively panicked.
Yeah, you see phrases like, oh, that OBUT, and oh my god, we're dead.
It's that perfect balance, isn't it? Mock horror mixed with really current internet culture stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
There's Mock screaming, asking who let her out, and then immediately blaming Chad, which is just absurd.
Right, or joking about just wanting to watch Netflix, or comparing her threat level to being shorter than my niece.
It kind of diffuses the tension just enough to make it, shareable and fun, even while being spooky.
And the source description, it implies they're using a lot of atmospheric effects in the video itself.
Oh, for sure.
Door creaks, spooky music that gets louder, maybe a distant, creepy laugh.
Flickering lights, static glitches. It's not just information. It's about creating a feeling.
Exactly. Immersing you in that spooky vibe, even if it's playful.
So let's get into the actual details the source gives about this supposed disappearance. It describes her as having disappeared, vanished into thin cursed air.
And it mentions rumors, it claims are going around specifically that she escaped, possibly while on tour.
Which sounds wild, but it does briefly contrast that with what the source says the museum people are claiming.
Yeah, that she's safe.
But, predictably, the source doesn't really give that much away. It seems way more interested in, conjuring these imaginative kind of wild scenarios for how she might have vanished.
Oh, definitely. The idea she just decided to roll out of the display case I'm done haunting the suburbs, time to go international.
That's where it gets really creative, isn't it? Placing her in these super specific, often kind of funny, modern situations.
Yeah, imagining her on a girls' trip to haunt an Airbnb.
Or hiding in an attic.
Yeah.
But specifically watching TikToks like, hee time to possess someone with bad Wi-Fi.
It really brings the supernatural threat right into your everyday life, doesn't it? Even your digital life.
Totally. The source imagines her chilling in your iPhone saying, you thought your screen time was scary.
Or getting into an Uber pool. You can just picture the other passenger's reaction.
Yeah. And maybe the most vivid one, and kind of disturbing.
Which one?
Her standing at the foot of your bed, holding your phone, with your voice playing on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
Saying, I'm Annabelle and this is my sleepover vlog.
That imagery.
From the top, make it drop, that's a wet. And I get a bucket and a mop, that's a wet. I'm talking wop, that's a wet.
It really taps into specific anxieties, doesn't it? It's not just being haunted. It's a violation of your personal space, your digital self.
Delivered via TikTok, which so many people use constantly.
Exactly. These aren't generic ghost stories. They're tailored.
And even the potential outcome gets humor injected. Like joking about being taken out by a doll shorter than my niece.
It's this constant balancing act between genuine creepiness and, well, absurdity.
Yeah. And woven through all these imaginative bits are these direct warnings and paranormal claims, delivered with that same dramatic flair.
Right, they immediately bring up spooky stuff happening, sometimes even linking it to the video itself.
Like a door creaking in the background or hearing something move. Wait, did you just hear that?
Or the video maybe cutting off with a glitch, implying she's messing with it.
And the source makes these very specific, often digitally focused paranormal claims. Like saying her name 3 times in the mirror doesn't just summon something spooky. According to this, your phone battery starts draining faster.
Which is, let's be honest, a modern nightmare.
Right. And you get the classic flickering lights, but also modern tech paranoia. Alexa talking in Latin at 3:33 a.m.
It mixes old school horror tropes with, anxieties about all the devices we have now.
And the potential consequences, they escalate fast in this source.
They really do. From feeling someone or something breathing behind you, or dogs growling at the wall.
It quickly jumps to claims of demonic energy strong enough to cancel your whole bloodline. Whoa.
Followed by these dire warnings like being pulled into the shadow realm or getting soul snatched.
And that final scary image it leaves you with is pretty unsettling. Evil knocks with a smile and buttons for eyes, directly referencing her look.
But amidst all that dread and humor, the source actually gives advice.
Yeah, it does. Delivered with the same kind of tone, though. Mock serious, a bit absurd.
So if you're scared by the video itself, the advice is simple. Turn this video off, light a candle, and run.
Dramatic.
Very. And if you actually see her, the suggestion is don't scream, just compliment her dress and slowly moonwalk away.
Which is completely ridiculous, but you'd remember it, right?
You absolutely would. And for protection, it suggests mixing old and new. Sage your screens. And draw a salt circle around your phone. Digital age folk magic, almost.
And the ultimate advice if she knocks on your door, just pretend you're not home. Probably good advice anyway.
True. Then there are general safety tips. Lock your doors, which makes sense, and unplug your dolls. Less logical, maybe?
Unless you're in this narrative world.
Right, and of course the classic warning, don't say her name 3 times.
But even then, it adds that little humorous, self-aware twist about doing it if you're trying to go viral.
It knows its audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if we zoom out a bit, what does looking at a source like this actually tell us?
Well, it shows how modern online content creators deliberately use these storytelling tools, right?
Yeah, the dramatic claim, the real-world object, the mix of humor and horror.
The relatable modern scenarios. It's all designed to create engagement, to get shared, to go viral.
It really is a fascinating look at modern folklore, isn't it? How urban legends spread and change online.
Exactly. The focus isn't really on journalistic truth here. It's about crafting a compelling, shareable experience. It plays on legends we already know and fears we have now.
And it shows how humor works in this space. Not just to entertain, but to make scary stuff more accessible, more shareable.
Which kind of amplifies the spooky themes in the end instead of watering them down.
And that's why digging into this is valuable for you listening.
Yeah.
It shows how these dramatic claims, real things like Annabelle and internet culture, all merge together. They create these compelling, sometimes genuinely spooky narratives that just grab attention online. It's like a window into how information or maybe deliberate stories get packaged and spread today.
You're not just learning about a rumor, you're learning about the process of how these stories get built and consumed now.
So we've kind of gone through this source now. We've looked at that central dramatic claim, Annabelle's gone. We've explored the source's unique style, that blend of drama, humor, internet stuff.
And looked at the specific fears and really imaginative scenarios it throws out there.
It's a really clear example, I think, of how alleged facts, old rumors, and just purely made up imaginative bits get intentional and mixed together.
Yeah, combined in online content to create a very specific effect, a narrative experience that's all about engagement, not necessarily reporting facts.
And it leaves us with something interesting to think about, doesn't it?
What's that?
Well, when a story is put together like this with such vivid details, relatable modern bits, that compelling mix of drama and humor when it really captures attention and gets people talking,
Yeah.
does its factual accuracy even matter that much to the audience in that moment? Or does the shared experience of the story, the laughs, the shivers, the absurdity, does that become its own kind of reality online?
That's a really interesting question, something to definitely chew on.
Indeed. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive today.
Yeah, think about what you've learned. Goodbye for now.